So now you are seeing the legacy league system. Okay. And as we told you all before, we do not tell you when to get out because that is dependent upon your strategy. So if you are a scalper, you're getting in on your signal, you're getting out on the very next candle. If you are a levels trader, you are going to get in and out based on your strategy. Just depends on what you're doing. Okay. So what this means when you see an X and a dot, it means this is the highest probability that you have to make profit on a contract, on an options contract. Okay. So when you see that X and dot and it's red, this means it is a safe entry for puts. When you see the X and dot green, this means it is a safe entry for calls. Okay.
So I see that on your chart, but then the very next one goes to puts.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's a 1 minute, right?
This is the daily chart.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
So,
So I don't even know what day this would have been, right? But say this is today, say this was how many days? Probably 30, 35 days back, right? So
okay.
whatever day that was, you would have been safe to get into puts and you could have been in puts for 3 days technically. You could have been in puts. You could have been in puts here, but that price action is real questionable, right?
Correct.
And then it reverses and it goes into calls, right? And then you get
Right.
a confirmation 2 days later, you get your signal. Okay, this is the safest entry. You could have gotten here, right? If you know how to read the charts, you could have gotten in. If I were reading this chart, I wouldn't be paying attention to my training wheels. What I would be doing is watching for a break of support and resistance. And so I would see this green candle and I would get in on the second candle,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
then my training wheels would just give me confirmation that I was right, that I can stay in longer,
Gotcha.
right? But again,
Mhm.
that's when you're more advanced and you actually know how to read the chart and you don't need the training wheels as much, right?
Okay.
So for you all who are just starting, those of you who are just new and never, been exposed to this is going to help you not have to think about trying to read it too much, right? So it's like, okay, I see what's happening. I see this is changing. Let me just wait until I feel like there's a safe entry that I can for sure profit in, right? Wait for your training wheels to pop up. One of the most important things also is if you see this pop up and it's blinking, do not get in. Wait until it prints, meaning that it's solid before you get in. Because again, the way that we've programmed this is the data is constantly computing. And so it may be leaning towards being a confirmed safe signal, but if it's blinking, it's still processing the data. Do not get in because it's not confirmed. Okay. So you wait until it's solid on your screen, then that's your entry. Okay. Any questions about your Legacy League system training wheels or how to use them?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Hi. So you have it on the day, but we can use them in the minute as well.
Yes, you're using them. Let me
You have
show
it.
my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, let me show my screen. So, okay, so I'm on the daily here. Let's see, where did my candles go? Oh, wow. Okay.
Double click on the price action.
Okay. So, okay, y'all. So I need to put my chart down. Okay. So we've got daily, right? This is where we're marking our support or our previous day high, previous day low. We drop down. If you're a levels trader, you could drop down to that 15. And you see how the training wheels are going to be different because you're on a 15-minute chart, right?
Mhm.
Then if you drop down to 5, they're also going to look different because you're on a different time frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we drop down to that 1 minute, if you're a scalper, right, you would have been puts, right? So yes, Amanda, you can literally use your training wheels are going to show up no matter what time frame you're on. It just depends on which strategy you're using of how you use them, right? So for example, if you're a scalper, you come in for the day and you're like, let me look at what's happening. I see a green candle for the day, which gives me maybe some hope that it's a call. But if you look left at your last training wheel signal,
It was a put.
it was a put, right? That's your last confirmed safe for daily, right? So for your guardrails, right? And then you've got your guardrails here, right? Previous day high, previous day low. So now we drop down to that 1 minute. You don't even see that box from your confirmed put, right? You don't even see it, right? So it just tells you, right, that there's so much more movement that can happen within that day, right? But even in that, right, within the day, you could be taking calls, puts, calls again, right? Puts, right? So just because the day is puts, you could still be trading calls if you're a scalper, right? Same with levels. If I drop to that 5 minute, if I go up to that 5 minute chart, I have, what is it? Let me just look at this as an example. If I use this, right? The day is puts, but I could trade calls. Boom, boom, boom. I'll write that all the way up. There's one put signal, right? But I would probably be in calls for that duration, right? So that's how we use the signals to help guide what decisions we're going to be making as we're taking our trades. And because this is a green inside of a trend of puts, this is technically a pullback day. Yes, Miss Angie.
I know you're like, would you just stop putting that hand up there? I just want to ask the question about, do you recommend that they look at previous pre-market data on the levels or the scalping side? Do you recommend that using pre-market data?
I do, but not for the boot camp. So in mentorship, we do use the pre-market because we use a strategy of trading off the pre-market.
Yeah. Yep. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for boot camp, we won't be looking at pre-market data. Okay.
No, it'll just confuse them, overwhelm them.
Right. And that's what I thought, because I don't use it either. So that's what I was just trying to ask to confirm.
Yeah. And you guys probably saw it on my chart earlier. It was a pink dotted line that said pre-market and it was a number. And basically what that is you're tracking the pre-market because the market's open globally all the time. There's people trading all around the world all the time. So there's movement in the market overnight for the US stock market, right? So what we do is we use that data, the global data, basically of what happened in the market overnight, and then we mark where that pre-market level is, because if it's generally above the yesterday's candle or below, it gives us a stronger indication that it's going to move in that certain direction, and we would prepare our setups based on that data. So it's literally like another layer of data that we add to the full picture. But again, it would just confuse you right now. So we're not gonna worry about that. But it's good that you have kind of that situational awareness so that as you start to grow as a trader, you can start to think about, oh, I do want to learn how to do that. Or maybe, no, I'm good with where I'm at and my strategy is working right now and I don't need to modify anything. As Miss Angie says, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if you find your rhythm and you find your flow and your strategy and it's good and it's profitable, stick with it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, and I think I'm looking at my previous day chart, even though I followed along with your chart. And I wanted to know if I could just share my screen to see if I'm looking at it right.
Yes, let's do it at the end. I want to finish
That's
this
fine. Go ahead. Go
exercise.
ahead.
Yeah, I want to
Okay,
finish this exercise for the students, and then when we're done, Tamika, I'm happy to stay on a little bit longer with you. We can go through it.
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so as we look at this, you all, how many safe calls do we have?
Six.
Yep. That's right. Anybody else see anything else? That's right. Those are your safe call signals.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay.
You see them now?
I do. Yeah, I was looking at something else, but yeah, I see them now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. How many safe put signals?
Looks like six too.
That's right.
No.
All right, now this next one, take your time because it's not these last two put together, okay? How many total safe entries do you have going in either direction?
Look like 15.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think 15.
Okay, yep, I see it in the chat. Yep, that's right. 15 safe entries going either direction.
Yeah.
And this is a daily chart. Okay, so this is to illustrate to you all, you could technically take, you technically have 15 opportunities throughout the day to take your 2 trades or your 3 trades if you're levels. Okay, so when we say don't chase a trade, if you missed your entry, do not chase the trade. There's always another position coming. Get prepared and prepare for your next setup. That is because there's always another entry coming. And if you're getting in towards the end of the day, like maybe you get, towards your end and you're like, man, I want to trade power hour, 3 to 4. Even if you get in and there's only 1 or 2, okay, fine. Figure out where you can get your best setup, take maybe 1 and wait for tomorrow, right? There's always another day to get in. But we just want to show you all that there's a ton of opportunities to get in and take those 2 trades as you're practicing, even in paper. So don't feel like, oh man, I missed it, or I didn't execute my entry right, or I froze and I didn't get in, right? It's fine. There's always going to be another setup coming.
Yeah. And if you see your time frame between 9:30 and 11:30, if you observe it, you will definitely see, especially on the 1 minute, you'll see that there are multiple times throughout those 2 hours that you would have an opportunity to trade, like Dr. T said.
Absolutely.